Hello. So all three of us have watched this movie called Citizen Vigilante, and it's for free, so it's very easy to watch. But it's actually one of those movies where they should actually pay you to watch it. I feel like I've had like what an hour and a half of my life stolen forever, but I want it back, basically.
No disagreement from me there. But
Yeah, this movie is complete crap.
like,
So the racism aside, the racism is very bad, but artistically, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's not like a well-made guilty pleasure. Like it's not like a exploitative kick-ass action flick that's got racist undertones or themes to it.
Yes.
It's actually exploitative, badly made, cynically made, cheap crap. But one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
this is like the movie version of your right-wing conspiracy theorist comment section.
Yes.
You're not watching Clint Eastwood or Demolition Man.
Or Death Wish. Because at least Death Wish was like had a good cinematography and was well made, even though that was right with being fearmongering as well. It's not even Death Wish. It's like makes Death Wish look like Citizen Kane. Actually, this is how bad this movie is. Literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So like, there's been a lot of astroturf support for this movie by right wing Nazis, far right white nationalists. The support for this movie is astroturfed, right? So we're going to look at some of the coverage of this, and then we're going to debunk the misandrist fear mongering of against immigrants, because it is against immigrant men. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
and it's threat narratives that the feminists use. So this is when right wings expose themselves as feminists.
Yes.
And Midnight Edge have exposed themselves as far right. They made a Venezuela video that was completely out of the blue a few months ago. If you look at the thumbnails, you look at the thumbnails, you look at that video, you look at other video thumbnails, it was like out of the blue. It has nothing to do with their channel, what the channel should be about. So it's like a confession that they're far right. Anyone who supports imperialist aggression and supports Trump's imperialist aggression against third world countries is far right, as far as I'm concerned, and a piece of shit.
Yes.
So
the type of thumbnail where Trump is smugging, is being smug. Yes. So.
And a lot of sort of right-wing culture war channels have really exposed themselves. Also, over this movie, they all praised it like NPCs. They all just hyped it up as if it's some masterpiece or something, even though its production quality is shit.
Yes.
And it's just an empty, hollow propaganda movie, ultimately. It doesn't even have...
Incoherent as well, really incoherent. Some of the worst acting I've ever seen as well. Like when he was threatening that boy with a gun on the bus, the boy just reacted like he was bored. Like no acting whatsoever. He's like he wasn't directed to act. Like he should either be angry or scared. No emotion. And the attack scene was some of the worst acting as well. When the way that person was pleading while getting attacked was complete bullshit too. Right? It's like really, really bad. So some of the worst acting I've ever seen. Yes.
The sound design was also kind of weird. Like the music was really very loud at some point, like without any... The sound mixing was kind of clunky or something.
Looping is very repetitive looping of soundtracks as well. Very repetitive. It's like I could do better on Sony Vegas.
I could do better just on my Premiere Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, he's like the more talented video maker. So he definitely could do better.
So many details in this film just make you think, why did they do this?
There's a lot of filler content in this movie as well, just to stretch out the time.
Yeah, very cynical and like literally, if you're going to make an exploitative right-wing brain rot movie, at least have lots of action scenes and set pieces. There's barely anything, right, in the movie. Like there's like so it's got very bad pacing issues as well. So there's lots of bus traveling scenes, the police walking about and people walking about, right? Really bad film time. But like the end set piece where he's like holding the family hostage, that's actually rushed through very quickly. Right, so they could have actually drawn it out and put more tension in it as the end cut piece, but they just rushed through it. So it's very incoherent and badly planned. So literally, it was the lowest effort, the cheapest amount possible to get people to view just to make something, basically. Very cynical. And I want to point out something. This person fights his critics and beats them up in real life in boxing matches. He gets offended if you attack his movies and accuse you for not watching his movies before reviewing them. The thing is, I'm going to shit on your movies, and I'm never going to watch another one of your movie ever again. I'm just going to look at recaps. And if I ever talk about your movies, I'm just going to say the shit, because I know the shit. If this is the best you've got, you're one of the worst movie makers. And I've seen reviews of your movies anyway. I've seen reviews of your House of the Dead, right, and Alone in the Dark, right. You've butchered video game movies, set them back for decades as well. Your shit exploitative movies.
And also, I want to talk about the character writing in this Citizen Vigilante movie, because character writing is actually one of the most important things, in my opinion. When you don't connect to the characters, then your story is shit. And like there wasn't any personal motivation for the main character. Like, he was just some rich dude from United States who came over to Europe. Some rich landlord. And he just randomly decided to go after crime in a vigilante manner and only targets immigrants. Like, this is
police. Well, he actually mostly targets the law enforcement. Just murders a lot of law enforcement, right? That is really bad too. Like,
This is just a right-wing fantasy or something, like power fantasy.
Right-wing proto-violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
A masturbatory film for right-wing racists, for sure.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of lecturing in this movie. Like, no subtlety, just giving a lot of speeches. They just feel like lecturing.
The film tells you the answer is violence against immigrants.
No, it's telling you it's violence against the state and the police forces as well. It's telling you that too. It's actually inciting terrorism. Actually, when you think about it, it's obvious. So it's not even that coded. It's like, basically they're an existential threat to us. That they want us to die. We're sheep. They want to lead us to the slaughter. Something has to be done, right? I'm showing you how it is to be done, but I want you to learn from me and copy me. That's what he basically says in the movie, right? I'm showing the way so you can go the way yourself. Yeah. Yes. So it's a far right call to violence and terrorism. It's a terroristic movie. The movie's actually hate speech. It's weird that the people going on about how immigrants are persecuted and all that. You can literally go to jail in the UK and you get debanked in many European countries for supporting Palestine action and being anti-Zionist. Is this guy being debanked for inciting terrorism? I don't see it. Right, so this far right persecution complex that they have is complete bullshit. This proves it.
Yeah, actually, it tells you this far right racism is permitted in society.
Yeah,
in the West.
Far right terrorism as well. Incitement to terrorism. This is and the thing is, there has been recent far right terrorism, like in Belfast, going on. Right, so these narratives do lead to real world violence. It's actually happened in the real world against immigrants and innocent people. A lot of time, like innocent brown skinned people just get attacked completely at random.
Yeah. So, all right.
Shall we start watching?
Yes, let's just start watching. So,
and I think everybody else is childish, who thinks we can smooth it all down in just not talking about it. Like the public TV in Germany, they don't report migrant crimes. It's just completely
bullshit. Stop.
Yes.
So let's just debunk this right off the bat. Pull up the article, the Deutsche Welle article. What you just said is an absolute lie. It's absolute bullshit.
You're gonna have to tell me which one.
Yeah, the one before that.
This one.
German media bias falsely inflates crime by foreigners. He just claimed that German media just doesn't cover migrant crime.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it disproportionately covers migrant crime. Just scroll down to the graph.
I've had a very rough childhood in children's homes. I've grown up around migrants and thugs and bullies. And the thing is,
there's a graph down below.
So I want to talk about my anecdotal experience growing up in children's homes and around criminals and violent people. Okay, so to me, it's 50. From my experiences, and this is roughly in tune with the demographics. It's 50% foreigners and 50% indigenous people I've had trouble with, right? Or I've seen. Okay, so it to me, so immigrants commit no more crime than indigenous people, from what I can see. Or if they do, it's not like magnitudes more. So this whole idea that they're committing loads of crimes out of proportions, like hundreds of times more, or whatever, is bullshit.
It is bullshit, but we'll get to that specific topic later. But I just
Yes.
want to quickly debunk like what Uwe Boll just said. Like he claimed that the German media, mainstream media, doesn't report on migrant crime. Look at this graph. It reports disproportionately on migrant crime. Like 90% in the TV and in newspapers, which is disproportional to the crime statistics. It's actually more Germans in the police crime statistics than
Doesn't this
foreigners.
remind you of feminism? They do the same thing about gendered crime. They underreport female crime and overreport male crime.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
Same thing feminists do is what the right-wing racist conspiracy theorists do against foreigners. Yes.
So we can go back to the video then.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All the migrants coming in, turning into engineers at VW, and they're the greatest people ever. And that but it has nothing to do with the reality.
No.
Yes.
This is also like what some people on the right do. They make like they put up straw men, and look, there is some truth to the claim that a lot of people on the left have like very extremely naive views when it comes to this whole migration thing, right? They go into the other extreme basically, right? It's a more nuanced, complicated topic.
Yes.
So they make it seem like there aren't any downsides to the immigration policy we have in the West.
Yes.
But then the right takes the other extreme and demonize all immigrants. That's also not correct.
Yes. But the right make the thing is the right make the topics, they make the topic toxic, right? So you actually can't talk about it from a nuanced, balanced perspective because of the way they handle the narrative. Because they use threat racism and alarmism and incitement to violence. So they've made the topic dirty. So yes.
Yes.
Supergirl from DC and James Gunn is a massive flop, and Disney are already hoping that Moana, or Vaiana as it's called around the world, won't suffer the same fate. But away from the big screen, away from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, the arguably most seen and decidedly most talked about movie in the world right now is Citizen Vigilante, starring Armie Hammer from Notorious.
So it's barely been seen, right? It has been seen because it's been shown for free. Okay, and they're trying to do this persecution narrative that it's banned in Germany when it's actually not. Actually, so that's a lie. It's not been banned anywhere. Yes. Actually, so
well, it can't be shown in theaters.
Yes, so which quite rightfully so. It's shit. It should be shown in theaters for artistic quality. It's bad. So yes. But the whole it's not been banned. It just can't be shown in theaters. Okay, so they got a victim narrative over this. It's just victim mongering, and they're trying to have this false success story. I think it's like made 500,000 last time. Maybe it's made more because it's gaining a lot of traction with the right wingers, but a lot more even watching it. So it's made like maybe a couple of million now. That's not a success story. I'm sorry, it's not.
Yeah, it's just right wingers tooting their own horn.
Yes. This director Uwe Boll. And it is so renowned despite the Hollywood trade, for the most part trying to pretend it doesn't exist, something which gets more and more...
Yeah, they're pretending it doesn't exist because it's not a significant film. It's not an artistic film. It's not like a cult classic. It's not well made. It's not well made on a technical level. Let's discount the racism aside. Let's say even if there wasn't no racism in this movie at all, it wouldn't be a significant movie worth mentioning. Okay, it's not. It's a very minor, small-time exploitation movie. Okay, and now they're trying to do all that Hollywood suppressing this, blah blah blah. They're jealous of this great movie, of this hidden gem. No, it's trash.
It's very deceptive.
Yes,
The coverage it's getting.
from the right-wing press. Yes,
Yes, the praise.
And also, a lot of right wingers say that the left is hypocritical because they are outraged over this movie, yet they're okay with anti-white racism in Hollywood mainstream movies. But the thing is, just because anti-white racism in mainstream Hollywood movies is also wrong, and we also condemn that, this doesn't make this movie good, right?
Yeah,
Two wrongs don't make one right.
And let's not validate the narrative too much. The anti-white racism is not really anti-white racism; it's misandry.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
And the thing is, so what they're doing, they're hijacking a real topic, misandry in entertainment, and making it about their racist obsessions, and persecution, victim complexes.
Yes. Romanian TV just did that. So he talked about this film, and then he talked about adolescence, but attacking boys. But he framed it as attacking white men, attacking white people.
Because he's a racist as well. He's another racist.
Yes.
He's exposed himself as a racist too.
Yes.
Difficult to do with it shooting to the top of Amazon Prime, iTunes, and every other streamer that supports it. Elon Musk himself shared it being released for free for 48 hours on X, which the Hollywood trade had.
It's free anyway.
Neo-Nazi. Yes, free anyway. Elon Musk, the neo-Nazi, promoting the movie.
Yes. We know that about Elon anyway. So
but anyway, the third-party people, we have to tell new people, just in case they don't know. This is Elon Musk. So
Elon Musk famously did the Nazi salute on stage.
Yes, and he says, "Oh yeah, I am a socialist, but not the type of socialist everyone expects, i.e., a national socialist. He is a Nazi." Yeah.
Yes.
No choice but to report on, because that rarely happens with otherwise banned movies. So while few in the good Hollywood crowd will acknowledge it,
movies not banned. So basically, it's been restricted in Germany. That's about it. Okay,
yes.
and Germany's. I'm not sure how accurate the stereotypical image of Germany is now these days, but Germany's infamous for being namby-pamby, nanny state, censoring stuff in movies and video games, like making blood green instead of red, and replacing human NPCs with zombies to kill. Right, Germany's famous for that.
Well, the violent video games you couldn't actually get on sale in Germany.
You couldn't get Wolfenstein with the Nazi swastikas, which is a bit weird. Like it's a game about killing Nazis. You'd think you'd want the swastikas in there to show you that you're killing the Nazis, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Is the talk of not just town, but social media everywhere. In other words, the movie has come a long way since we first started talking about it not 2 weeks ago, in a video which also featured some.
The most important movie of the year. This is why critics hate it. They hate it because it's shit. Right, Midnight's Edge. So this is astroturfed. This is like coordinated astroturf promotion of the movie by the far right. This is very, very suspicious. It's too much of a coincidence. There's not Uri Ball, a minor, forgotten about film director, right? Okay, who should be forgotten really. Why was this movie getting promoted out the blue suddenly?
Yes, Uri Ball, whose most famous moment besides his bad films was challenging film critics to boxing matches. Yeah,
the timing is very suspicious, especially when there's a lot of anti-migrant sentiment rising, right?
Yeah,
that's very cynical and devious.
Highlights from an interview.
I want to say something as well. That image there makes it like you think, all right, if you think you're naive, you're like, even if you're anti-racist, you think, this is probably a racist movie, but he looks like a kick-ass action hero. It's probably have like good action scenes and fighting in it, right? Because he does look sort of badass there, doesn't he? black and silence people. You think, oh, this guy's gonna be a badass. He's gonna kick ass. He's gonna take no shit and take no names. And he's just like, no. He's just he actually spends most of the movie whining and complaining. And ranting.
I gotta say, even the movie Taken is more worthwhile to watch than this.
Yes. Yes.
That's a misandrist film with propaganda.
Racist as well. It's racist because all the enemies are immigrant men. It's got like these like Arab billionaires are trading and selling women into sex slavery. Nonsense.
Yes.
I did with Uwe Boll himself.
I would have on Citizen Vigilante 5 neo-Nazis whipping a migrant girl. I would be maybe in the run of the next Berlin Bear. You know, but
no, you wouldn't. Pause. If you had like 5 Nazis raping a migrant girl in a movie, right? You're basically saying if you panned it to the left, you'd get praise. No, you wouldn't, because your movie's shit. Your movie's absolute fucking trash. Yeah.
Yes. Like Uwe Boll, this is the only other famous moment you're getting. Sorry to say.
Fortunately, we don't have one case in the last 5 years where 5 neo-Nazis the migrant girl, but we have
okay. So we've got far right extremists attacking and killing people and committing arson. That's what we've got, though, right? So yeah, you don't play innocent of me, Yuri Boll. Yeah.
1,700 cases.
Call him Yuri Bowl, like his bowel movement.
Yeah.
Cases where 19-year-old migrants German girls. So now I show the reality.
Yes.
He just said that there were 3,700 cases of German girls getting raped by migrant men. He just said that.
Yes.
Where's this 3,700 number coming from?
Trust me, bro. That's the source. It's just feminist lies. So feminists just come up with the most outrageous lies all the time, repeatedly, until they become like common. They become accepted common sense wisdom just by verbatim. They just barrage falsehoods by sheer brute force, and this is what the right are trying to do right now. With like a 250,000 girls rate statistic in the UK, which is just made up. Yeah.
We can show the source on that as well if you want.
Yes.
You got a link on this?
Yeah, you have this in the tabs.
Yes.
The Yahoo article.
Let me look.
No, you passed it.
Did I?
It was the Yahoo article.
Oh, here we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Fact check. Figure of 250,000 girls raped by UK grooming gangs not definitively documented. Rhetorical extrapolation.
Okay, I'm going to point out why this is really, really bad. It's bad on the face of it because it's just lies and disinformation, right? Okay, but the thing is, this is feminism in action. This is what feminists do. So you just lie about like sex crimes, right? They exaggerate how often they occur. They just lie about it by magnitude at the times 100, and it becomes an accepted common wisdom that this is a cultural problem of our culture. Oh, there's an epidemic of violence against women because the layperson just hears it in the background over and over again, right? And they don't listen to the debunks. Yeah. So this is what the right's trying to do. So this 250,000 figures floating around everywhere now. That's an astroturfed fake figure. That they're just lying. Anyone who just repeats this mindlessly over and over again is scum, right? They're absolutely. If you promote these lies, you're scum. Because again, he's talking about, and also another thing he's doing as well. 19-year-old migrants doing this. That's what he just said. So he's fearmongering against young, vulnerable men. One of the most vulnerable demographics in society, young teenage boys. He's fearmongering against them as well.
Yes.
Yeah. This is exactly the same thing that feminists do, making up numbers. There was like a couple of weeks ago this feminist campaign pushing this 62 million men joined the online rape academy narrative spreading online. It's the same tactic.
Yes.
But yeah, this 200 50,000 figures based on extrapolations. So they took like cases from a couple of districts in the UK, I think, and they just made it seem like this is like the case in every district, and we can just multiply the numbers however we want.
Yes, and here's the thing: even using that flawed methodology, it still wouldn't be 250,000, because even so, I don't know where they get these figures from. It's like it's not even going to be 25,000, or it's probably not even like 2,500. So they've literally inflated figures by like 250 times 250. However they did this bullshit.
Yeah.
Rape is one of the rarest violent crimes. Rape is a rare crime. It is.
Yes. Do we need to read this whole article?
No, I think that's good enough.
Yeah, okay, let's go back to the video.
For this, I get banned, and now everybody thinks I'm a neo-Nazi. That's my situation in Germany.
You can see the full video that's taken from in the description. But since then, of course, Citizen Vigilante is on everybody's lips, and Uwe Boll is on a major roll. Considering his past output, few of his many, many critics had that happening on their bingo cards, and this stigma about him as a filmmaker is something I actually spoke with Uwe about during my sit-down with him.
Cool. So the stigma is well deserved because he's a shit movie maker. Like, you can see this movie for yourself. It's really, really bad. I'd be embarrassed if I was if I made this movie, I'd be embarrassed and ashamed of myself. I'm not a trained director. I could do better. I promise you. I'm not saying if I made a movie, it would be shit probably, but it wouldn't be as bad as this.
Yeah. What do you have to be to think you're a good movie maker, Uwe Boll? A narcissist? It's like,
The thing is, he knows he's not a good movie maker. I promise you, he's not a delusional guy who thinks he's a good movie maker. He's cynical and exploitative, and he only makes these. There's a law in Germany that if you made movies, you get get massive tax breaks. So he's obviously had money elsewhere. He was making his money elsewhere, so he wanted the tax breaks for his businesses. So he'll just make these shitty, cheap, exploitative movies as well. So the fact that he gets offended over being criticised for shit movies where he's doing it on purpose, cynically, shows you what a scumbag he is.
yes. Like, that's pure narcissism there. And he's just very sinister.
Yes.
Let's see some more highlights from that conversation.
A lot of the normal reviewers at whatever, LA Times, whatever, they never watched my movies. They only watched maybe.
They've watched your movie. So I think, all right, I'm being fair to him. I think there's one movie. He actually got one movie that actually got praise for being well made. I think it's some sort of World War II movie or something. He says, wow, this guy can actually make good movies when he wants to, right? He actually got one movie that was praised like 10 years ago. I can't remember the exact movie, but he did get one movie that was praised, right? So actually that discounts his claim as well. It shows if he puts in the effort, right, okay, he'll get praise. So he's just lazy and he's a hack. Yes. This is a victim narrative. Basically, my critics don't understand me. My critics are against me. My critics hate me. It's a persecution complex.
I personally hate guys like this. You think that you go into like the arts and entertainment and just shit on other creators and critics. All right.
House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark. And then all Uwe Boll movies are shit. So they bashed them and never saw all that movies what I did. I did 40 movies. Assault on Wall Street, Tunnel Rats, Darfur, Stoic.
Okay. Let's say you've done 40 movies and there's some hidden gems there, which I doubt. Right? Okay. That doesn't excuse your other movies which are complete trash. You've literally made bad, cheap, exploitative movies, okay, for tax breaks. And here's the thing. You've actually taken IPs that could have led to decent movies being made, video game movies about them, and you've poisoned and dirtied them with association, right? Like Alone in the Dark, right? Alone in the Dark is the original Resident Evil. It was Resident Evil before Resident Evil, It was a fixed camera perspective horror adventure game, which is very, very good. A very good movie could have been made out of that, and you made an exploitative piece of shit trash that everyone hates. Yeah, so you're hated by the video game community for a reason. You're giving them a bad reputation with your movies.
Yeah.
All this stuff completely ignored.
Yeah.
Like he's the worst director ever. I mean, that's the situation, but I got over it. And I'm not upset about this anymore. I just take it how it is. It is what it is.
But here's the thing with Uwe Boll. While his earlier movies are, shall we say, not for everyone, he was always a maverick. And were video game adaptations...
He was a hack.
His movies are shit. It's shit. Yes.
...are concerned, he was also a pioneer, doing something of a proto-version of what Markiplier and Kane Parsons and Cody Barker are doing with Iron Lung and Backrooms and Obsession right now. So before we got...
So that's one of the biggest reaches I've ever seen. So he's linking them to current successful indie movie makers, right? And he's like a pioneer doing what they did. Like, no. Say what you will about the Backrooms film, which is shit, right? Because it's misandrist, but at least it's well made, and interesting cinematography. And the guy who made that Backrooms movie was like doing YouTube short videos that a false appearance that Uwe Boll ever did, right? His movies held back independent movie making, if anything. He wasn't a pioneer in anything. So Midnight Edge is licking his ass. Midnight Edge is all about the quality of the films. Oh, like the woke films are trash. They got no artistic taste. They're making trash movies with a political agenda. Blah blah blah. And he's promoting trash, bad movies with a political agenda. Midnight Edge exposed themselves as hypocrites. They're hypocrites.
Yes.
Into Citizen Vigilante, we spoke about the state of Hollywood and the role of the new breed of maverick filmmakers against the backdrop of comic book movies failing.
I think Marvel and...
So maverick movie makers just euphemism for shit, then.
Yeah.
That's what that actually is. It's just a polite way of saying shit. Yes.
Midnight's Edge is really defending this Uwe Boll for pandering to racists.
You might as well say, use the term like, he makes deep, nuanced, complicated, compelling, difficult, challenging films. You might as well say that. All euphemistic language was shit.
DC, it's on the last leg. This kind of shit they doing basically for years and years. I don't like that films anymore. They lost all kind of connection to reality, and now where Obsession or Backrooms and all this kind of new, lot of horror movies, of course, because you don't need big stars to make a horror movie, and the audience connects to it. And of course these people will now get like catched by the system and flooded with money, and they have to, in a way, stay independent and strong against getting sucked up by too much money. Otherwise, they will fall into...
So what he's doing by praising them and going about how they're independent pioneers and got to be careful about being sucked up by big money, what he's doing is he's trying to link himself to them. Right? He's implying that he's just like them. He's like a maverick outside the system who's a genius. That's what he's trying to imply with this conversation right here.
Yeah. No, you're just
bullshit.
Yeah. You're just a cynical, exploitative hack.
Yes.
To place, there will be the Zack Snyders of the next generation, basically. So, and but I think it's a...
Pause. Zack Snyder is a far better movie maker than you, Yuri Bow, right? Mr. Bow Movement. Much better movie maker than you, by far. All right, and I think Zack Snyder's movies are complete trash. But look, Michael Bay makes better movies than you as well. He's got a reputation as being a really bad movie director. He's far better than you as well. You're literally one of the worst movie makers of all time. Like you make one of the biggest offences that your movie does, which is a red flag of exploitative trash, cheap cinema, right? Okay, is you do the padding thing, like just people walking around walking around doing nothing, just, like traveling to the next scene. Like they travel somewhere and it just shows them lingering for a few minutes, traveling to get to the next scene. Right, that's just like padding.
Yes,
it's very, very bad.
And also bad exposition dumps when it came to the main character's backstory. Like, oh, he had a rough childhood, or he had problems with his father, his mother died, he was an army veteran. Why not just show all this shit instead of telling us?
Yes. Oh, so the dialogue was very bad as well, because you had dialogue that gave information, right? And then it gave the same information again, like 20 seconds later, like repeating itself. Very clunky, bad dialogue. Like, dude, hire a script doctor. Like just like spend a couple of thousand. You could probably hire someone halfway decent for a couple of thousand, but you're too cynical to do that.
Yes.
Good trend. It shows also that we're coming in a time where money is not everything. To be a little different makes sense, and to be in a way innovative. You don't, and I said that from the beginning on, you don't need 10 million, 20, 100 million to make a movie. Like, you can make movies cheaper, but they have to be in a way engaging with the audience, and they have to get a connection to it.
Pause. So the way you engage with the audience with your latest movie is you've just put right-wing racist talking points in there.
Yes.
That's all you do, because you don't make compelling movies.
Yes.
So,
but you win by default.
Yeah, with no.
You pander to racists, and the racists will back you automatically, no matter what, no matter how terrible you are, objectively.
And with no subtlety. Like, towards the end of the movie, there were literally news reports spouting off like statistics about migrant crime. Like, who wants to watch a movie where they just throw random statistics at you, right?
yes. The movie was inciting violence as well. The movie is actually terroristic. It's a terrorist movie inciting real life violence, because this had these narratives, these like false narratives about refugees and migrants have led to real life violence, which we'll prove later on. We'll look at the articles.
Yes. So, shows you the West and countries. They're actually lenient. They're not restricting this movie.
Yes.
Obviously, not all of Boll's earlier movies connected the way Citizen Vigilante did, yet there was an evolution between that and House of the Dead, where his movies decidedly got more real.
Postal, I think, was an absolute masterpiece, and it captured the spirit of the day that it was made. And we'll get back into capturing.
Do we know anything? So he's just glossed over House of the Dead being complete shit. He's indirectly admitted that his early movies are shit. Right, he can't bring himself to say they're good, but he thinks Postal's a masterpiece. What are the odds of Postal being a masterpiece then? What do you think? I don't think they're very high.
I think they're par for the course of just being terrible. Just my prediction.
Yes.
Yeah.
The spirit of the time. But you mentioned Rampage, which was a market shift in what you did before. I also happen to think that Rampage is an underrated masterpiece. What motivated that shift from video game adaptation?
So he's licking his arse there. An underrated masterpiece. Okay. So this is like right-wing networking going on right here, out in the open.
Yes. Now, where's the real concern about the quality, man?
He doesn't care about the quality of the movies, yes.
Yeah.
To something as hardcore and brutal as Rampage.
I mean, in a way, when it's funny, because right now my very first movie is German fright movie, Barschlim Murder in Geneva, like the German-speaking stuff I did, Run Amok. Getting new releases right now on DVD and Blu-ray in even in the US. And these movies were as radical as later I went back to with Rampage.
So is radical another euphemism for shit then, basically? All the euphemisms there are just shit. Shit. It's just
Right.
how euphemisms can you have for shit, right?
It's amazing how often they can just praise themselves, just
Yes.
just being terrible.
Page, Darfur, Stoic, this kind of movies, very harsh, existential, cynical, dark. So for me, it was not
Existential. Existential. That's existential. Just another euphemism for shit, basically. Existentially shit. It's so shit. It makes you question your existence in reality. Like, oh my god, the universe, existence came into being just for this shit to exist. Oh my god.
Oh, that's terrifying to think about.
not like I changed after video game based movies. With Postal, I really changed. No, I think I went back to where I came from. And with Postal specific, is the only video game based movie I ever wrote myself. The rest was just I just couldn't write
That's based on video game Postal, then.
Right?
Yeah, it's based on the video game. I didn't realize because there's a video game called Postal. It's actually based on the video game.
Yes.
You just said it there. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's another
also
shitty video game movie.
Yes.
that I couldn't. So I and the stuff I'm personally into is more political, is harsh, is like facing reality. And with Postal, I finally came back to this. Like I'm doing now only what I think I want to do. And I'm very happy that I did that move. And Rampage, when I go to a film, whatever fair, and you can really say I made 40 movies, but the most fans have Postal and Rampage.
Yeah.
So Postal's got bad reviews. I've just checked.
Yeah.
It's got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 9%. So yeah,
not surprising.
That are the two movies I think they turned into real cult movies. House of the Dead is kind of a cult movie too, but it's more everybody knows it's.
Yeah.
So House of the Dead just shit, basically. Like House of the Dead's not a campy cult classic. Zombie 2 is a campy cult classic, right? That's an exploitation movie, but it's actually beautifully shot and it's got beautiful cinematography and it's got a good soundtrack and it's well paced, right? And it's got a shark fighting a zombie underwater in it, okay? But it's actually a good movie underneath it all. It's because it's got a good director behind it, okay? Who's sort of slumming it. He's very talented. Like House of the Dead is not nothing like that. It's not a cult classic.
No.
Another euphemism for shit, basically.
Yes.
Campy, it's just kind of it's fun to watch. But Postal and Rampage go deeper, and I think they go.
Fun to watch means shit. Basically, fun to watch means shit. I'm sorry to have. I'm sorry. It's just shit.
Deeper into the toilet bowl. That's what it sounds like it's saying.
Yes.
Or way farther as Hollywood ever did, all these other movies ever did, and give like the face of reality in a cynical way, like Postal funny, cynical, and cynical, dark, violent way in Rampage. And Rampage, even part 2 or part 3, they're all aged well. But if you think about it, Rampage 3 was
aged
done.
Well means shit, basically. So aged well means they were giving shit reviews because they were shit, and now we're trying to paint the false narrative that underappreciated classics are aging well. It doesn't mean aging well. If it was actually any good, it would have been seen as good at the time. They're shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have to be timeless, right?
Well, the thing is, things get overlooked. Like The Thing got bad reviews, right? But people don't go, "Oh, it's aged well." No, people go, "The critics are wrong." Actually, when regards to the movie's actually always been very, very good. Like people go, "How could they not see this masterpiece at the time? Appreciate it for what it is." Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. People are decisive. It's decisively good.
before Donald Trump took over the first term. So before, like, and now look at what happened to the world. In Rampage 3, we show the White House gets attacked, civil war in America. And 10 years later, after I finished Rampage 3, we're going in that direction. It's like, it's going everywhere.
What?
He's promoting the Civil War in America right-wing narrative that a lot of pro-violence, right-wing racists are obsessed with this. Like there's going to be a Civil War in America narrative, which is projection because it basically means we want to start a civil war.
Yes.
We're off the charts in a way. What's happening, and yeah, I'm very happy that I did this, and I think a lot of people didn't get that this movies, especially also Rampage, is like it's a reflection to what's really happening. And a lot of people over time connected to it. Like they get this, like Bill Williamson is basically the ugly face of us and the governments, and and this kind of like he says how it is, and that's this tough part of Rampage. You think, oh, okay, he's a psycho mass murderer. Yeah, but not only. He also tells us exactly the truth.
So in
Right.
my
Okay. I
native
doubt that.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's like the citizen vigilante isn't telling the truth. You're just like sprouting racism.
Yeah, what he calls the truth is just right-wing talking points, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Norway, that movie also grew a little bit controversial after the fact due to the visual similarities in Rampage and Anders Breivik's attack. Yeah, exactly. Do you have like any thoughts on that? Was
So
that like
basically, from what I'm gathering, he made a movie exploiting that Norwegian attack, right? Okay, and therefore he's validating the narratives. What's the name of that mass shooter?
Racist. Anders Breivik.
Yeah, and so he's making a movie sympathetic to Anders Breivik. Then,
yes.
Okay, so this guy's a piece of shit. Then,
right.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So
this is a really mask off moment.
Yes.
And this mass shooter was talking about like cultural genocide and cultural Marxism and white genocide, all that fucking nonsense.
Yes, I'm.
Reality imitating fiction or a complete coincidence?
I mean, that was a coincidence, was Rampage, but but of course we have this. I did it with the Hanau movie in Germany where the guy killed like 15 people, and I was always fascinated by violence and why people run amok, why violence erupt, And when you have this, for example, my reaction to the Belfast thing right now, where people burn down the roads, I'm not surprised. I think that's the normal reaction, actually.
Pause.
Yeah.
Shall we look at the headline in Belfast then?
Yes.
Let's look at the headlines in Belfast.
Yes. Let me find it. Okay. So, arson. Anti-immigrant violence explodes across Belfast after stabbing. Masked groups attacked homes, torched vehicles, and forced families, including a 2-month-old baby, to flee as politicians condemned racially motivated violence.
Let's carry on reading.
Yes.
So that's an actual picture of what's going on.
Yes, yes.
Well, that is fucking. Arson's very, very dangerous. It can kill people. It's a very serious crime, especially like this. This is fucking insane. So it's a nonsense. So okay, let's say hypothetically, let's take race out the equation, right? Let's say I heard a news report of a crime. Oh yes, some nutcase has murdered someone, right? So the natural reaction is wow, someone's murdered someone. Why don't I go berserk and start attacking people and setting fires off?
Yes.
You see how such a non sequitur it is, actually.
Yeah, not
so.
It's despicable.
Yes.
It's as if these pro-European racists, they just want an excuse to use violence on people and destroy their homes.
Yes. Pros of violence, yes.
Yes. Like, do we need to read further into this?
Yes.
So, vehicles set on fire by protesters burnt on Lendrick Street in East Belfast, Northern Ireland on Tuesday. After the arrest of a Sudanese man accused of stabbing a man in the northern part of the city. Houses, cars and a bus were burned across Belfast on Tuesday night after a Sudanese man was charged over a knife attack that left a local man with catastrophic injuries, triggering violence that police and politicians said targeted immigrants and ethnic minority families.
This is just random. The brown-skinned person commits a crime, therefore we're going to target random brown-skinned people for violence. That's the logic behind it. Yes.
So when you
got this like right wing that like the ethnic minorities are over policed and overrepresented in the prison population, right? These right wing racists never kick off about women getting away with murder. We've literally shown articles of women murdering men, getting convicted and getting 0 jail time.
Yes.
0.
Yes.
Yeah. So these racists don't kick off over this, but they kick over these imaginary. They got these like weird fake narratives. Oh, the police, they love immigrants. They refuse to prosecute immigrants. They give them a tap on the wrist. They don't even convict them. All these fucking lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna debunk those lies later. But yeah, you're absolutely right that there's like countless of cases of women stabbing and like committing all kinds of violent acts where no protests, not even peaceful protests, erupt.
Yes, because no one cares. See, no one cares about the victims of these attacks, right? They're just looking for an excuse to kick off.
Yes, the racists they want the immigrants to be their scapegoat, and they want the right to be violent.
Yes,
that's what they are.
Yes.
Right, do we get back to the video?
Yeah, let's get back to it. We've covered this. We know there's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but according to this guy, this is just a normal reaction, just setting houses on fire.
Yes.
Jesus
I'll tell
Christ.
you what, he supports it. Then he supports it. He wants it to happen.
Yes.
Disgusting.
I'm going to tell you something as well. There's another right wing thing. Like, if you disagree with right wing, they'll accuse you of being nihilistic, right? It's projection. They're actually nihilistic. They love the violence. They sort of want. Some people don't stand for anything. They just want to watch the world burn.
Yes. Right.
For me, the Belfast reaction is logic, and if you overdo it, then violence will erupt. You have two options: you obey and like whatever, give up, or you say no, that's just too much, right? So
like this Belfast case, it just all right.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
This Belfast case, it reminds me of the story of Sarah Everard. So, one woman got murdered by a random man, a police officer. So the feminists go on the streets, and a baroness in Parliament calls for a male-only curfew at 6 p.m. It's like this.
Yes. Can you go back and play it for like the last 10 seconds? Because I want to say something.
All right, let's play.
Violence will erupt. You have two options: you obey and like whatever, give up, or you say no, that's just too much, right? So
Okay, pause. This is the narrative the main character was going on about in the car crash scene, right? So he murdered someone for no reason in the movie. He caused that car crash and killed someone, and he was going, "Oh yeah, people just obey the laws like sheep," right? And then he drives into the guy and causes him to kill himself. If he didn't obey like sheep, I'm paraphrasing. If he didn't obey like sheep, right? He would have lived. Okay, so this is the same narrative he's sprouting. Okay, that the main character uses to justify his murder of an innocent person in the movie. Don't you think that's weird?
Yeah. That's disgusting, actually.
This guy's prone to violence as well. He's actually attacked his critics with violence in boxing matches.
Yeah.
Right? So,
He attacked the critics that didn't know how to fight back, but he cowered away when he had to face a critic who did know boxing, just like him.
All right, look at the articles on the boxing then.
Yes.
As well.
So here we go.
Yeah.
There's 2 articles. So Bowl knocks out his critics.
He's a semi-professional boxer as well, so he's a coward.
Yes.
So it's like, let's say I challenge you to a chess match, right? And let's say like, okay, we'll have a chess match. We'll rig ourselves to like electric shock, and the loser gets really bad electric shock, right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll challenge you to a chess match, and you get the electric shock. And then I bumped into another chess player who had an online rating of like 1700, and I says, "Nah, I'm not challenging you to that anymore. I'm ducking out." It's like that basically because he's a coward. Because he the first person who had any training, he backed out the fight.
Yes.
Okay,
we'll see. Uwe Boll, the German director ridiculed by critics for such art house gems as Blood Rain, Alone in the Dark, or House of the Dead, has finally succeeded in stunning his detractors with his fists rather than his films. Back in June, Boll had challenged every reviewer who had rained critical blows on his glory horror movies and video game adaptation to a proper punch-up in the ring. He says, "I am fed up with people slamming my films without seeing them," he said. "Many journalists make value judgments on my films based on the opinions of 1 or 2,000 internet voices. Half of those opinions come from people who have never watched my films." So, okay, there's a lot of detail here.
Yeah.
This weekend, the 41-year-old director, who is trained as a boxer, got his revenge on the critics. 4 brave souls stepped into a Vancouver ring and were promptly knocked
out. That's very bad writing, actually.
Yeah.
So these critics are stupid, and it's this weird lack of male self-respect, like turning up for a beating.
Yes.
Okay, or maybe they're just delusional. If you're not trained in boxing and someone's a semi-professional boxing person, they're gonna fucking annihilate you.
Yes.
Even if they're like a really bad boxer, they're gonna just beat because they just got training, right? They're used to it. They know what they're doing. You're just gonna get the shit beaten out of you unless you're naturally very, very, very tough, like 1% outlier of toughness. You're gonna get your shit rocks. Yeah, it's just the way it is. It's like and you're giving this scumbag free publicity by turning up for the boxing match as well.
So, yeah,
he beat a 17-year-old.
Yeah, 17-year-old, yes. Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Yes. So, there was a 5th one, and Boll decided to duck out. So, this is the one.
Sheen Baby's a legend, actually. He's a very funny writer, actually. He's very, very funny, actually. So he's,
So, Sheen Baby versus Uwe Boll. No, sadly, they're not going to fight. EGM rider Sheen Baby is a kickboxer, which means he would completely ruin bad filmmaker and semi-pro boxer Uwe Boll's shit. Boll has chosen only to fight pasty, flabby internet web page nerds. Sheen Baby is, of course, an internet web page nerd, but of the more rare type that can kick his ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you click the expanded thing?
No, I think you got to scroll down.
No, it's down here, yes. Yeah, scroll down, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The more rare type that could break you in half just by sort of flexing his brow at you in a thoughtful way. Yeah. So, yeah, you get the point. Yeah.
Anyway, we get to see the next best thing, which is Sheen's multiple pages tribute to the skewering of Boll's awful work. I'm telling you something. Sheen probably did a demolition on this guy because Sheen's a very, very good writer, in my opinion.
I'll probably have to read that at some point.
Yeah.
Pretty soon.
He made some very. He made the analogy. He did this really funny article on like the old Justice League cartoon and the Legion of Doom, right? And it's basically he's very good with analogies, right? So they had he made this joke. He says, right, the Justice League have Aquaman, right, and the Legion of Doom had their own version of Aquaman, the evil version of Aquaman. And it says, right, there's a reason why the Japanese didn't bother having their own version of Bob Hope. He made that analogy. It was quite funny, right? The Japanese people having their own version of Bob Hope. He's a comedian for the troops, comedian basically. But it's yes, but he's very good at analogy.
Right.
Anyway, let's carry on.
So let's get back to the video or this page.
The video, yeah.
Okay.
We have to. Why we have a guy in Belfast trying to chop up the head of a white guy, and that guy's from Somalia and comes in, and now he gets like a medical treatment and a psychological evaluation. We spent $5 million on the trial.
You fucking idiot, right? Okay, it's obviously something. That sort of violent attack is something only a lunatic would do. That's why he's getting a medical evaluation. That's how the legal system works. You might be schizophrenic or insane, right? You don't want someone who's just like schizophrenic not getting undiagnosed, you fucking muppet. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, it's not like they're free from punishment. It's like, get real.
Yeah, and also, I don't hear him talking about how many women get probation when they do violent crime, even against children.
Yes. No one gives a shit about the victims. This is just threat narratives against immigrant men. Yeah.
Yes.
And then he goes in a psych ward. You know, instead of like, okay, why is he in the country?
Clearly, we are now in citizen vigilante territory. But as Ove explained
okay, pause. If you don't want these sort of people in the country, right, you can have a debate about it. Yeah, but the thing is, what you're doing, you're just like promoting violence as part of your narrative, so you discredit yourself, so you poison the conversation. Yeah.
Yes.
Citizen vigilante didn't spring out of nowhere. Rather, it is the logical endpoint of an arc within his larger body of work.
I mean, I wanted to do Germany.
Shit. That's all that meant there.
Yeah.
In winter was my idea to do a trilogy. So I started with Hanau, that guy where the guy ran amok, where everybody in Germany lost their shit on me that I did that film. That was when I did 5 years I didn't do a movie after Rampage 3. Then I did Hanau, German speaking, small movie, but reflecting the night where the guy went and killed 16 people. And then I did Run with Amanda Plummer and James Russo, where we have migrants boat situation in Italy. So I don't know if it's out in Scandinavia. So that's my second part of it, where I show the boat migration stuff. And where we have a situation, the key element in Run is one of the migrants takes a hostage. And Kristen Renton, she basically shoots the guy from behind with a harpoon. And he falls forward with the hostage kid, and the kid falls in the knife. So they're both dead. Now she gets arrested for basically manslaughter. And her father, James Russo, says to the police, no migrant, no crime, no manslaughter, nothing. So why she should go to jail? She tried to help, but by accident, everybody was killed. So that's the key question of Run. Is this kind of why we do this to us? That's the point. And then the amalgamation is citizen vigilante. That's number 3, where I go radical, where I go like, okay, now it's proven you don't protect your citizens. You don't like you do
bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a common narrative. Like, there's this huge crime wave brought on by migrants, and the system just doesn't protect the victims. Yeah, so the violence rates have actually going down in Europe and in the West for the last decade.
Yeah,
murder rates have been going down. Right, let's just show some stats. Like,
sure. So you had a graph on this. So.
Yeah. So wait, we can actually start with. Oh, we can actually start with Statista. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, let me. All right, that's fine. So
yeah.
No.
So number of murder victims in Germany from 2000 to 2024, and what we see in overall trends declining.
It's a decline.
Yeah. So these right wingers, they're making it seem like there's like this epidemic of violence going on since like mass immigration or something, but this doesn't seem to be the case. Also, go to the Guardian article where it talks about this one.
This one. Okay.
Western Europeans believe crime is rising despite fallen overall rates, poll finds. Right, so there's like this disconnect between the perception and the actual reality. Right, people, because of the media reports and because of racist narratives on social media, they believe like there's like huge waves of violence and crime and whatnot. Yes. When the actual statistics disprove this. Just scroll down a bit.
Yes, sure.
So the YouGov poll of Britain, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain found most countries trusted their national police force. Okay, so confidence in police force is high.
Yes.
Just scroll down a little bit. It was somewhere else. Ask whether they thought violent crime was also increasing. The responses were largely similar. 52% of respondents in Denmark and 59% in Britain said they thought violent crime had gone up a lot or a bit, rising to 76% in Italy and 77% in France. In fact, despite recent spikes in some violent crimes often linked to drug trafficking in some countries and a significant increase in online fraud almost everywhere, crime rates generally have been falling since 2000, right? So a similar trend in Europe, right? So there's just a misperception going on there.
There's a hysteria going on.
Yeah, basically. Right. And now some statistics show like an increase in sexual offending, but the thing is, this does not mean that there's like underlying rise in the underlying actual sexual offending, but there's like an increase in reporting and broader definitions being used, right? And broader policing of this, right? So this creates like the statistical uptick in those kinds of things, right?
Reminds me Reminds me of the uptick that the right used to claim Sweden became the rape capital of Europe. It's like that. It was just expanding the definition of sexual assault and rape in the
there's literally right wingers right now trying to make you believe that like thousands of women were raped in one day. Nonsense, stuff like that. Women just get raped in broad daylight. The police were doing nothing about it. Just complete horse shit. Because if that was happening, the police would beat the rapists to death. Probably. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So that's just a lie.
Yeah, and the feminists have broadened some of these, or they said like this yes means yes consent-based standards, where it's actually flips the.
It's not even that. I'm going to tell you what they're doing as well. It's the weasel word tactic again. They conflate sexual assault with rape or groping with rape. So let's say there's some migrants that might grope a woman, right? And then they'll go, oh no, they'll put them in. Oh, these are the women that have been raped by the migrants. It's that weasel words again as well, like the muddying of language on purpose, right, to inflate something.
Yeah, and also like I said, the yes means yes consent-based standard that feminists want to expand. That is literally flipping the burden of proof on its head, because now the one accused has to prove that he got sufficient consent
Which is
from the woman.
Yes.
So it's the presumption of innocence gets destroyed basically by that standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, I've been looking through Uri Ball's filmography on an internet browser, and it's not very, very good. Like, he's got one movie that got 70% on IBM, which is still very bad. The way the rating skews, it's not. It's weird. Like, even 70% is like a really mediocre movie. It's not like a decent movie. So he's out. I misremembered. He's World War II movie got bad reviews as well. So he's literally done one okay-ish movie, from what I can see. So yeah, not very good filmography. And a lot of these movies are about rampages as well, like men going berserk and just mass killing people. So these are a very common theme of these movies.
Yes. So
let's also go to the article about false allegations real quick.
Okay, let me try and find it then. So
yeah, this one.
Okay.
Yeah. What we have to also consider is, well, false allegation rates. Just because someone reported some sexual assault doesn't mean it doesn't mean that it's true automatically, right? And here's a study where a lot of women actually admit that false rape accusations are common, actually. So scroll down a little bit.
Sure. So
yeah, so this is from a sample of 255 women, both college students and community members, right? Quote, our participants also rated the extent to which they could imagine a situation in which they would make another false claim in the future. 101, nearly 40% of them rated this item positively to differing degrees, right? So these women basically admit, like 40% of them basically admit that they would actually make a false claim. Right?
Yes.
This is fucking insane. 40% admit this. 40%.
This is very sinister.
Like, yeah. And this is what they admit, right? So all these like a lot of these rape claims are just dubious based on this.
Rape is the most falsely reported crime. It's even more falsely reported than insurance fraud, where there's a financial motive to report it, right? No, so yes.
Yes. So
yeah, I think we can go back to the video.
Yes.
Then we can debunk some other stuff as well.
Okay.
Basically, perpetrator protection, not victim protection. People don't get justice.
Pause. Okay. Here we go. We can already debunk the next talking point. He makes this claim that migrant men are treated leniently by the criminal justice system in Europe or in UK or Germany. Let's debunk that nonsense, okay?
Yeah, I want to point out a commonality behaviour as well, pattern behaviour. It's the same as the feminist narrative that male rapists are given a light touch by the legal system, right? It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same line. Yeah. So again, right wingers are basically feminists.
Yes.
And proven time and time again.
Yeah. Exactly the same talking points, which are false. So yeah, just go to the tabs.
Yes.
So we can just this first article is already
there we
good.
Go. Okay.
So cumulative disadvantage ethnic inequalities in criminal court proceedings in England and Wales. Right. So it looks at the sentencing and detaining of different ethnic groups, including white Britons and other ethnic groups, ethnic minorities, right? And it basically shows the exact opposite. Like the criminal justice system is not lenient on these minority ethnic groups. Okay, there's like a button where it says cumulative disadvantage, right? Just go there.
All right, I'll scroll so you can find it.
Right, just scroll a bit faster, like, because it's a more...
Okay.
It's not in the introduction, right?
All right.
Just, right, just... Not this one, because this is still not the thing, I think.
Okay, I'll keep scrolling.
All right. Because there was actually a button where you can just jump right to that, but okay. Just scroll more.
Okay.
And this study also shows that men get the most convicted and get the harshest treatment under this system.
So this is just right wing lies. It's exactly the same sort of lies that feminists tell. Same pattern of behaviour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
more proof that feminism is far right.
This one, cumulative disadvantage. There you go. Right. So, wait a second. So the most disadvantaged combination is being remanded in custody prior to trial, pleading not guilty, and imprisonment. As shown in the table, the average probability of this combination after adjusting for other factors is higher for defendants from ethnic minority groups than for white British defendants, and it is greatest for Black, African, and mixed ethnicity defendants. Specifically, the average predicted probability of this combination of outcomes for Black, African, and for white and Black African defendants is 0.08, whereas for whites, scroll down a little bit.
Yes.
Whereas for whites, British defendants, it is 0.04, which means that the probability of imprisonment after being remanded to custody and pleading not guilty for Black, African, and white and Black African defendants is double that of white British defendants. The probability of this combination of outcomes is 50% higher for Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, and white and Black Caribbean defendants, and 75% higher for Black Caribbean defendants than for white British defendants. End quote. So there you have it. The criminal justice system is not lenient on ethnic minorities, especially not ethnic minority men in particular.
Yes.
And anyone who's got like a rudimentary knowledge on this subject will know that's bullshit right from the start. So this is just right wing lies. Far right wing lies. Shall we watch the? Is there anything else in that Yuri Ball interview video that's worth responding to? Because it just seems to be all arse licking of him, basically moving.
Let's quickly also debunk some other stuff about migrant crime in general.
Okay.
Right. So let's go to the policing headlines real quick.
Okay. Is this?
No, not this one. Right. This one is also important because he said that victims don't get justice. Right. Let's read some lines from the abstract. Right. So it shows how courts actually treat rape cases. Contrary to popular belief, juries are more likely to convict than acquit defendants on rape charges. It also shows that this has been the case for the last 15 years, and that the jury conviction rate for rape and all sexual offenses has steadily increased over this time period. And this is true for 10 different types of rape offenses recorded in England and Wales.
This is very sinister. This is actually feminist jerry-rigging the legal system, right?
Right. So again, this idea that rape victims or people who claim to be rape victims don't get any justice in court is just complete fucking bullshit. Let's go to the stop and search headlines from The Guardian regarding...
Let me find it then.
All right. Yeah, there you go.
Here we go.
Black people up to 48 times more likely to be stopped and searched in richest areas of London. Does this sound like the criminal justice system is lenient on ethnic minorities?
No.
No.
Yeah, so there you go. Like, this is what the right never tells you, basically.
So it's just like feminists. So society gives more stuff to women, like more legal power over men. And feminists will continue saying women are underrepresented, women are, women are oppressed. Men still get away with rape and murder of women. So just fear-mongering.
There's a femicide epidemic against women, which is a fucking literally carbon copy of the white genocide narrative.
Yes.
So it's fucking embarrassing. And I've got to say that the left-wing videos criticising the movie, right, is a Vigilante. It's a bit incoherent because they can't really outright say there's like these rape narratives are false, right? There's like rape hysteria in the culture. There's false rape narratives because that would discredit the false feminist rape narratives, and they can't do that because their allegiance to feminism first than it is to the truth, right? So they sort of don't like the migrant men being targeted with the narrative because it's racist, but they sort of like it at the same time because it's a feminist narrative. So they're a bit incoherent.
Yes.
But in the criticism of the movies, yes.
God, look.
And now a right winger might say, "Oh, they're more targeted by the police because they're more criminal." Well, let's debunk that nonsense then. Go to one of the studies, or actually, let's show both of them.
Go back.
All right.
The study found that the reasons why officers subjecting black people to controversial powers are more likely to be vague, with examples including a black person gave a flirtive glance. That's
right.
That's the rape stare laws in the UK, in London, in the underground. Then flirtive glance. What the fuck? That is really malicious. That's malicious use of police powers. That is definitely racism and misandry. That was a black man stoplight, not a black woman.
Yes.
That is disgusting. This is why the police in the UK are hated, and rightfully so.
Yes.
I saw also one study where it basically showed that police people are more likely to be conservative and right wing.
Yeah, they're feminists as well. I just know from anecdotal experience they side with the woman in these call outs. Disgusting. The domestic violence call outs. Let's go to the next one.
So, okay.
Yeah. So there's an article, do immigrants bring crime or something? There was like this one study.
Okay,
Let's go to
I'll
this.
Look for it. Here we go.
Yeah, this one. So, do migrants bring crime? Just scroll down.
Sure.
Because it basically shows that the association is very weak, actually.
Right.
Fixed effects regression show no structural link between migration and crime.
Yes.
Okay. Scroll down a little bit. So they have like all kinds of crimes listed there. Crimes are grouped into 5 clusters: property, violent, sexual, drug-related, and other. Right? So descriptive statistics, correlations, and scatter plots suggest moderate positive associations between immigration and property crime, while sexual and violent crime appear weakly correlated with migrant flows. However, these patterns largely reflect population size and reporting practices rather than causal effects, right? Reporting practices.
Correlation is not causation as well. Right. We've got to remind people of that, yes.
Yes.
Right. So, lagged models and evident interaction designs are applied to test whether immigration drives crime once country-specific and temporal heterogeneity are controlled. Across all clusters, immigration coefficients are statistically insignificant, including during two major migration shocks, the 2015 refugee crisis and the 2022 Russia-Ukraine war. The only significant change observed is a weakening association between immigration and sexual offenses after 2015, right? But again, this has also to do with them changing sexual assault definitions and things like this, right? So there's no strong link between migration and crime. That's what the study proves, basically.
Yes.
And there's also, let's show the graphs on the German study.
So
right?
let's find it. This one?
No, not this one.
Let me find it.
Right. Yeah, this one. Wait, go back. Let's read one line from the abstract real quick. Immigration and crimes against natives to 2015 refugee crisis in Germany. Right, just scroll down.
Yes.
Okay. Our results do not support the view that Germans were victimized in greater numbers by refugees, as measured by their rate of victimization and crimes with refugee suspects. Right? Let's also show the graphs from this paper that basically also proves that so numbers of asylum seekers increasing during like 2013 to 2015. You see the upshot in graph A, but the crime rates actually go down during the same time, right? Crimes excluding violations of the, like, what is it, Residence Act or something, right? So like all kinds of violent crime would be included in there, right?
Yeah.
So like the only crime that may have gone up is like this this EU rule where it's like they cannot come here when they cross safe third countries or something, right?
Right.
But the actual crime that people report on or that the people are concerned about, like violent crime, has actually not shooting through the roof. It actually has been going down. This is what these graphs here show, even as asylum seeker numbers increased. Yeah. So these right-wing claims that migrants bring this huge crime wave is complete utter nonsense. Yes, there is overrepresentation in police statistics relative to the population of migrants, right? But they're overrepresented in police statistics due to reporting and due to over-policing.
Over-policing, I'm not explaining how over-policing works. I'm a victim of over-policing. They basically hassle you and try and get you for anything they can get, for any petty crime they can get. They stop and search you. The thing is, you've got a right to refuse to answer questions. They get angry when you answer their questions on fishing expeditions, and they get aggressive, and they can actually even assault you and beat you up at random as well. The police can beat you and torture you with impunity, right? I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. That's what over-policing actually is. It's harassment. It's state-sanctioned harassment. Okay? So, yeah.
Yes.
And also there's overrepresentation in these statistics because a lot of migrants concentrate in urban areas where there's a lot of crime anyway and where there's like low income areas, right? So they're like concentrated there.
Yes.
Okay. So that creates
So we live in a capitalist system, right, where people are not taken care of anyway. Then you import like a million people, like there's a million people coming in, that puts more strains on it and more competition in the job market, more unemployed people, okay, more people in impoverished areas, okay. So it's almost like this is like the designated outcome. And then people complain. Like you can make arguments against mass immigration, but these right wingers just hijack the issue to just like basically incite murder against innocent brown skinned people. That's what it basically is. These people are in power, they'll kill these people if they could. A lot of these people, right? These are like all these like right-wing revenge fantasies and murder fantasies.
Yes.
The right supports actually policies that enable mass immigration, like free market capitalism. Free market capitalism has been correlated with decline in birth rates.
Yes.
And politicians are then incentivized to let more people in from other countries to fill in that gap.
Yes.
Yes.
And also like cheap labor, to have cheap labor for like all kinds of jobs and drive wages down.
Shall we look at some of the comments on the let's look at some of the YouTube comment. Let's go to the Midnight's Edge comments section before we move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you find much of the similar comments across multiple videos. But it's just
they're very, very bad. They're like the most obviously astroturfed comments I've ever seen in my life.
So,
like this fake forced popularity of the movie. It's like, oh, this is a masterpiece. This is blah blah blah. Like even a lot of the right wingers who reviewed this movie have said it's bad. A very common talking point is like based message but bad movie, which basically means I like the racism, but even I can't pretend this movie's good. Yes.
yeah.
As an actual German, yes, Uri Borrell's right. I've noticed that City Crusher, right? He's noticed those clippy Avatar people are scum most of the time. That's more evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
The clippy avatars, they're just cheap virtue signalers.
Yeah, a lot of them are just like far righters. Translate to English. I want that translated. Yes. Jesus. Greetings from Lower Saxon.
Yeah.
Why do you Germans have such strange letters in your alphabet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Uwe Boll. He pulls no punches.
Means he's a racist.
Yeah. Touche. Did you?
We all need to be like Uri Ball. Speak out against the evil. Always better in a huge group. So let's scroll down.
Yes.
Scroll down. Like just skip. You got fast skim it.
All right.
Saw it. Go up.
Here we go.
Saw it on X over the weekend, and a physical copy will be bought. I.e., this guy's a racist. I'm going to financially support him.
Yes.
The movie's shit. Like, how can you see that movie and want to buy it? Like, it was literally boring. It was boring. I was going crazy out of boredom. Like, I was like, dude, if you're going to make an exploitative movie, have killing and rampaging going around the place or something. Just fill the time up with nonsense at least.
Come on. Beats Taken.
The fucking bus journey. The bus fucking journey was so tedious. Jesus.
Make a movie that beats Taken at least. It's not yeah.
I also like how, like, during the bus scene, like, okay, let's talk about the bus scene, right? So the main character is a landlord. Okay, he's a rich landlord, and he gives a speech, a lecture to these teenagers who are hopping on the bus without paying for their tickets. He gives a lecture about petty theft, how petty theft is bad.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's a fucking landlord. Landlords are unnecessary middlemen who just cash in on owning property. That's worse than every thief in the whole fucking universe.
Yes. Yes. I want to talk about the police scene, the SWAT team scene, because it's one of the worst SWAT scenes. So first of all, what they do, they show the SWAT team driving in their vehicles for ages. That's really dragged out, right? That's really dragged out with the crappy music. And then they storm it in a completely unrealistic way. I'm not an expert on SWAT, but I know there's multiple points of entry when they break into a place, right? They don't just line up like video game characters that are coming in a single file, okay, right? And then he's got this room behind a metal door with a machine gun, and they just see it. They get warned up by the guy, leave or I'm going to kill you, and then they just get shot down by it, and then they walk up to it and carry on getting shot down like video game characters. Yeah, it's like one of the worst action scenes I've ever seen in my life. It's complete fucking garbage.
And like the music that was playing during that is just weird. Like there was like happy dance music or something playing.
Yes.
It's like a really bad comedy. Yeah. So
the only bit of the movie I enjoyed was the prostitute scene, because he's looking at the mold while banging the prostitute. That was unintentional surreal comedy, right? It was like he was getting off the mold and walk. It's like fucking weird.
Uwe Boll, one of the very few directors with balls.
Euphemism for shit. Movies making waves in the right way. We need more civilian vigilante, i.e., we need more arson and violence. They're inciting violence. It's coded.
Yeah.
It's coded. As a German, I'm happy I can see it on X. We'll buy a copy in Austria. Yes, I mean, Austrian Germans have got they've got a history.
Yeah.
There's a famous Austrian painter.
Yeah, I know, right?
You think Germans would have a lot more self-awareness than any other group of people? Maybe they need arses kicks again in another world war. I don't know. Oh my god! For only $2 million budget and a tight 3-week scheduled filming. Oh right, it's more like 3 days. Citizen Vigilante is pretty well done vigilante movie. One of the most important movies of the year for the message. So pretty well done. That's like damning fake praise. That means it's shit. The message is violence, kill immigrants. That's what the message is all about. But only $2 million. Wow.
Okay.
You know what? I think that's embezzlement, because I think he pocketed like 1.8 million, right, and kept and spent the like 250K making it. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That is really bad.
Okay. Making the left angry is always a plus. So this guy's
just the left law racism.
Yeah.
I've actually told Pro Male Collective members off for this, like being obsessed with triggering feminists. Like the whole idea of like triggering your opponents is based on sadism, right? Trying to get an emotional reaction out of them and trying to upset them. It's very weird. It doesn't stand for anything. I just want justice in this world. I don't want to trigger people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, none of these right wingers want justice. They just want to bash on the left, bash on their enemies.
Yeah. Mr. Ball just got me as a fan because he's a racist. I'm buying this, right? You can find a lot of this stuff. And let's look at the screen cap comments. The one with like the 250K one.
Yes.
That I showed you.
Yeah. So this one was from a video that was actually criticizing the film, but you see all the fans still show up.
This guy's a misandrist piece of shit as well, because he was obsessed with like, oh, the sort of person who watched this movie is a middle-aged, unemployed guy. He kept on bringing that up over and over again, like classism and misandry, right? The only sort of person who would be a racist is obviously a poor, unemployed subhuman who's not productive.
Also, I watched this video. He was also like halfway agreeing with the movie that, oh yes, rape of girls is a problem.
Yes, he's a feminist.
Yes.
Again, it's incoherent criticism, basically.
Yes.
Was that 250K cop? I sent you a string cap of it.
Yes, you did.
As well.
Yes. Here it is. The psychos who defend 250K women being graded, are really mad at this movie. Go on, keep defending savages who grape and murder people. That's an amazing stance to take.
No, this is like the feminist rape apologist narrative on steroids, basically. So this is complete strawman argument, right? You fucking imbecile. We're denying that these 250 rapes took place because it obviously didn't, you fucking cretin. You low life. Jesus, you pathological fucking lying piece of shit. Come on, man. 250K rapes. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Just bullshit.
All those offended. Yeah, go on.
I doubt women worldwide get rapes. Never mind in one country a year. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, every actual case is obviously a tragedy, right? And we condemn it very strongly. But this doesn't mean that we can just pull bullshit, fake numbers out of our ass that are based on nothing.
I'm not condemning crimes that don't take place. I'm not going to play that game, right? If they don't take place, they don't take place, right? I'm not going to condemn a UFO invasion. That didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Those 250K rates did not happen. Yeah, like one person gets murdered, right? You don't go, oh yeah, 50 people got murdered. You don't inflate. In fact, the fact they inflate these figures shows they do not give a shit about it at all, because they wouldn't be lying about it if the concern was genuine. So they got no concern. So have you got the comment I showed you where the guy says it's more than 250K? That's the one I want to look at.
Oh,
I sent you a screen cap.
Okay, let me go.
It's literally one of the most insane comments I've ever seen.
Let me go find it. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. You know the 250K number is complete horseshit, right? And there's a lot more damage for the women and girls who are actually assaulted. I don't play that game. I don't go real victims because, again, men are the victims of these false narratives. It's fucking bizarre and wacko land. You know, you being falsely accused and smeared as a man, you're not the victim. It's the women who are the real victims of this. It's like just back to front fucking logic. You're right. It's most likely a lot more than 250K. That's just lunacy right there. Like, if you got any understanding of human nature, right, to think there's like even 250,000 rapes going on in one country is fucking insane. Rape is one of the rarest violent crimes. It's a despicable crime, looked down upon by society as despicable. People rape are seen as complete scum, and rightfully so. Yeah, it's not a common occurrence at all.
Yeah. Look, the next comment, it's 1,400 in the official report. The 250,000 is an estimation. You didn't read the report, right?
Yeah.
I
find that 1,400 very dubious as well, most likely. I don't trust him with methodology. So, shall we watch the next? Let's watch the Trump video on Venezuela, like the first few minutes of it.
No, sure. Yeah. So,
and we don't need to edit this video. It's fine. It's barely any dead space.
So let me find the other video. Yeah. So we've established that Midnight Edge is a far right white supremacist. Yeah. But now we're going to establish he's even more of a far right supremacist. So he's celebrating Trump for attacking Venezuela.
Yes. Kidnapping their president. Yes.
For screw China, weaken Russia, and save the petrodollar, which is just American dominance over the world.
Can we look at the thumbnail?
Okay.
The video thumbnail.
Okay, let's see if I can get the thumbnail.
Yeah. We saw it for a split second there. Yeah. Okay, can we go to? I want to show. Yeah, that's the thumbnail, which is pretty fucking cringe. Can we go to the channel? I want to see the thumbnail in the context of the other videos. Can you go to the Midnight Edge channel? Okay. Go to the videos.
Yes.
And find it. Cause I want to see how a place this is because context matters.
So, here we go.
Right, keep scrolling. It's a few months back.
Yeah.
No, just it's a few months back. You have to go through quite a lot of them.
Yes.
Fastly, it's like 3 months old. The video.
All right.
Keep on going.
There we go.
There it is. Now, if you just scroll up slowly so you see the context.
So here we go. So
just keep on going.
Yes.
Just keep on going. Just scroll up slowly, just so people can digest it. Do you see how it's completely different subject matter from that one?
It's completely random, thrown in there.
Yeah. Yes. So he's trying to promote his far right politics.
Yes. So it's all movie thumbnails.
Then out of a sudden, Venezuela.
Yes.
Yes.
This
is celebrating imperial aggression and kidnap. That kidnapping of the president was a violation of international law.
Yes.
Like, you're not under international law. You're not even allowed to interfere in the internal politics of other countries like that. So let's watch a bit of the video now.
Okay.
Right now, entertainment news are quite secondary even in the Hollywood trades, as they're all over Trump seizing power in Venezuela, apprehending illegitimate leader Maduro, and promising to sell lots and lots of Venezuela's oil to other nations.
Let's go back. Okay. Did you say illegitimate or legitimate leader?
Let's listen.
They're all over Trump seizing power in Venezuela, apprehending illegitimate leader Maduro, and promising
illegitimate leader Maduro.
Is it illegitimate or legitimate? Oh, never mind.
I'll play it one more time.
News are quite secondary even in the Hollywood trades, as they're all over Trump seizing power in Venezuela, apprehending illegitimate leader Maduro, and promising to sell lots and lots
leader. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, let's carry on.
Of Venezuela's oil to other nations. Alas, these trade write-ups are extremely shallow and void of any kind of actual analysis, so anyone reading these pieces will get nothing out of them other than their existing biases further confirmed. In other words, after Mark Ruffalo has...
The thing is that it's not shown in context, because it's not shown in the context of the aggression, that long-term aggression, US aggression against Venezuelan sanctions. Yeah, this is bad, and there's no other acceptable take. Right, slavery's bad, rape is bad, child abuse is bad, murder is bad. There's no other acceptable take. Right, this attack on Venezuela is bad. There's no other acceptable take. Anyone who thinks otherwise is a bad person. Period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Read everything the Hollywood trade has published about this, he'll be as uninformed as he ever was, but would still presume to tell you what to think.
Elon Musk is such a two-faced turncoat trader because he was a climate champion. And he sold himself out for a buck and some power. Don't follow that guy. That guy doesn't even have his original...
Elon Musk is a social chameleon. Yes. Which is starting to do with time. Yes, he's a psychopath. Anyone who supports Musk now is an idiot or scum. Yeah.
Yes.
No accent anymore. Don't follow him. Don't listen to him. We're the ones who we have to believe in. We're the ones who we're waiting for, and we are the ones that have to move forward together.
Sadly, most other coverage, including from actual news outlets, hasn't been much better. Therefore, since even Hollywood is all over this, I'm taking a pause from our regular entertainment coverage for this one video, as I will instead provide you all with what the trades and purported real news outlets have failed to do, namely some wider context into the likely real reasons why the Trump administration went to this step, and how it's going to affect China, Israel, Iran, Russia, and their special operation in Ukraine, and above all, the petrodollar, and with it, America's position on the world stage. Let's dive in.
And if you're looking for real movies and laughs, you're in for a treat.
New movies come out in the next 5 years.
And it's open in all major markets. There's been out 10 weeks already, and in that time, it has only managed to go down.
Let's begin with the brief modern history of Venezuela, a nation blessed with the world's largest proven oil reserves, an estimated 303 billion barrels, more by far than what even Saudi Arabia has. As such, Venezuela should by rights have been one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Alas, it is also cursed with being run under a socialist dictatorship. So instead, it has become...
It's not a socialist dictatorship, you lying piece of shit. That's a lie. Also, there's plenty of resource-rich third world countries that are poor due to imperialism and neo-imperialism. So you're just removing context. You're a pathological liar, right? Latin American countries are not free from interference from the USA. There's been countless examples of coups in Latin America, and attacks and sanctions and death squads being backed by the United States and CIA, right? There's so much context that you're removing here. That's so disingenuous and weaselly, actually. So you're a pathological liar with that context removal, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, like socialist dictatorship, also with most of the economy being in private hands. Amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
Case study in how profound mismanagement, exacerbated by the Dutch disease, an economic phenomenon where over-reliance on a single commodity, in this case oil, leads to the neglect and decline of other sectors, such as the national food supply.
You fucking you're just a liar. So you just don't talk about the sanctions at all. Any talk about the economy without the mention of sanctions is dishonest. You're a dishonest weasel. You're a far right dishonest weasel. You're a liar. This is same lie. This is as bad as any feminist lie I've ever heard. I'm sorry. Socialism doesn't work. Lies. Socialism is actually very successful. Actually, if you even look at the Soviet Union, there's a lot of misinformation about the Soviet Union. It wasn't perfect, right? But it actually did very well economically throughout a lot of its history. Because again, Soviet Union was embargoed by the rest of the world. Actually, like the capitalist countries are very hostile to socialist countries. And even not even social third world countries that try to practice independent nationalism, right, and have their own course away from imperialism, get trifled with and get interfered with by imperialist countries. Right, IDMF and the World Bank do all sorts of shenanigans with these countries. They get them in debt traps and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. As we shall see here. Under former Presidente Hugo Chavez, soaring oil prices in the 2000s led to a short-lived economic boom due exclusively to the petroleum revenues, which peaked at $450 billion between 2007 and 2012. However, Chavez policies, essentially a remake of those that already failed in not just the Soviet Union, but which also turned a number of African failed states into...
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just linking it to the Soviet Union, which is highly dubious and most likely bullshit. Okay, and he's linking it to failed African states. So failed African states which are victims of imperialism and still get interfered by the USA, right, and are not allowed to develop and are in like International Monetary Fund debt traps, right, and stuff like that. Okay, and get sanctions and got all sorts of interference with them, right? He's comparing that to the Soviet Union and Venezuela. It's all tenuous linking and word salad. Very dishonest. And no mention of sanctions. Again.
Yeah.
Failed states.
I strongly dislike you now, Midnight's Edge. I really dislike you because I don't like being lied to by people. I hate far-right shills like this. I'm sorry.
Midnight's Edge is very dishonest. He's a Weasley defender for the right. Like,
yes.
Why do culture war channels end up like this? It's like
because they always regret because they reveal their true colours, and when you're right wing, your thinking devolves, your brain starts to rot. Right, the right wing brain rot is real. Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if it's real. It's just
this is like really trite, really garbage geopolitical analysis. You can make criticisms of whatever country, right? Okay, a lot of countries under attack by the USA are far from perfect and they've got their own problems. But again, they're under attack and under sanctions, right? That interferes with their natural development. Yeah, if the USA was if socialism was such a failure, why is the USA so scared of it? Why did they quarantine it and sanction it and attack it and go to war with it? Yeah, literally, intelligence agencies train death squads worldwide to kill hundreds of thousands of communists in the past, right? It's like in Indonesia. Okay, if it was such a failure, why not let it fail on its own and let the free so-called quote unquote free market outcompete it? Because it won't, because it doesn't want the threat of a bad example. Socialism actually helps develop countries and actually works. Yes. Period. Let's go on.
Yeah, like
sorry.
In the Soviet Union, they had like massive literacy programs that made people literate for the first time.
Yes. The Soviet Union came from Tsarist Russia, which was a peasant economy. Some areas were like industrialized, but there were large sections that weren't. The Soviet Union had a very hard legacy to deal with, and it mostly succeeded. To be honest, it's quite amazing what they managed to achieve. So,
yeah.
didn't do the nation any favors.
But by the way, before you point out the famines and like the deaths under the Soviet Union, what about the deaths under capitalism, the famines under capitalism? So it's always dishonest framing. Every single thing that communists have done wrong, it gets brought up over and over again. Or everything the capitalist does just gets ignored and context erased. If you want an honest critique of communist countries and socialist countries, you've got to look at the context and you've got to compare it to capitalist countries. Yeah, and the capitalist countries do well economically because they plunder third world countries, and even then they can't even look after their poor people properly. They should be. It's not like first world countries steal and plunder from third world countries and make sure everyone does well in first world countries. There's still homeless and poor people in first world countries, which shouldn't happen at all.
Yes, so the riches just go to a few wealthy families and rich corporations. That's it.
Yeah, that own multiple houses where like multiple families could live. Actually,
yes.
I think landlordism has to be outlawed, in my opinion. I don't. Unless you can make some good arguments that it's needed on some level, I'd just get rid of it. It's just a middleman. It creates artificial scarcity. Yeah, and luxury housing is linked to hypergamy as well. Like there's all this luxury housing and mansions. It's status signaling to attract females into their lives. That's all it is. So anyway, let's carry on.
Yes.
The prime example here is Venezuela commandeering and nationalizing the oil infrastructure of the American oil companies that were responsible for extracting and refining the bulk of the country's oil, only to find out that they didn't quite know what they were doing at the national stage. Adding to
I doubt this is true. The thing is, a lot of the oil industry is sanctioned, and a lot of stuff they need to maintain it is sanctioned. So they've got trouble keeping the machinery running, actually. Actually, I do remember this. So this is a dishonest lie as well, actually. This is just lies. Yeah? Okay?
Yes.
Like, let's say you run a household. Let's say, you got your own household and you can't keep it clean or can't keep it tidy, but I sanction you and you're not allowed bleach, I cut off your running water, you're not allowed sponges, right? You're not allowed vacuum cleaners. Yeah. And I go, oh, look, your house is a mess. That's your fault. It's like saying that. Completely out of context lies.
Yes.
There were price controls and attacks on private enterprise across the economy, which left agriculture and manufacturing severely underdeveloped.
If you sit more than 6 hours a day, you need this cushion. I bought this ergonomic memory foam seat cushion.
Of course, you can import your way out of the problem that you're not making enough food to feed the people when oil prices are high enough to allow that. But then everything is going...
Pause, you pathological liar. Plenty of countries import food. What point are you making? Yeah? Again, the country's under sanctions. Again, it's under sanctions. Yeah, and also there's plenty of capitalist countries that have poverty and hunger, right? Some of the poorest countries that ever exist are capitalistic, actually. In fact, Hakim, he did a good video comparing socialist countries and capitalist countries on the same level of economic development, and the socialist countries had a higher standard of living, right, and less hunger than the capitalistic ones. So this is just out of context lies again. Yeah, I don't want this to turn into a genuine capitalist versus socialism podcast. So I think we're going to end here. I don't mean end the video. I mean end the reply to this. But this is to show you what liars they are and what an agenda they've got. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and actually, there is an angle that we can connect it to the Citizen Vigilante movie, because there was also a pro-capitalist message being spread. Like, this main character, Sanders, this vigilante guy, he was a landlord in the movie, right? And they basically portrayed a landlord, a rich guy, as some kind of badass or some kind of just fighter or something, some bullshit like that. And he was ranting on about his tenants not paying up, and he wanted to evict them all, right?
Yes. Not just that, he wanted to use intimidation, and it was implying he wanted to use violence to get them out. They had a legal due process rights not to get evicted, okay? And he was saying, no, get them out now. Hand it over to me, I'll deal with it. So he's basically implying he would use violence to get them out early. Yeah. So
disgusting.
Yes.
So, yeah, what can we say? Like,
yes.
Like,
so I'm going to. So we're the Promo Collective. We are the replacement for all the other failed movements, and these culture war channels. You shouldn't really pay them any attention because sometimes they especially early on, they do like sort of it's like they sort of do halfway decent out of context analysis on the feminist problem, even though they don't frame it correctly, right? And then it just gets worse and worse. It just becomes more about right-wing politics and less about the feminist invasion in culture. Yeah, and they don't even call it. They use euphemisms like the current message or woke, right, or activists. They don't call out the feminism. They don't do systematic analysis of the feminist invasion in culture, which there needs to be proper studies of this done because it's obvious. It's there, right?
I can go on.
They don't analyze this. They don't call it feminist because they are feminists. They clearly believe in feminist narratives. The movie Citizen Vigilante was full of feminism. There was a scene. There were many feminist tropes. Like there was a scene with the guys spiking women's drinks. That is a classic feminist trope.
Right? Yeah, good thing for reminding us. Let's look at the drink spiking study.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Yeah, debunking.
Okay, I've got to go to the right tab.
Yeah.
Here we are. So, you can watch this, can't you?
And again, we can see it. Yes, it was debunked in 2009.
Yes.
Which is 17 years ago now.
So, are date rape spiked drinks an urban myth? Last week, academics concluded that women who claimed they've been drugged and raped were usually just drunk.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's been debunked now.
Yes.
So there's no.
Yeah.
Again, the far right are feminists. It's more women are victimized. Women are getting raped. The legal system doesn't punish people who victimize women, which is complete lies. So.
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying that such cases never exist, but they're extremely rare. Extremely rare. They're not common. They're not systematic. Women in general just don't get victimized by any sort of violence in huge numbers.
I'm gonna talk about another thing which really pisses me off. That there's the white noise problem as well. Okay, just if you got like nutcases and pathological lies going on about date rape and having a drink spiked, the few people that come forward when it does happen, right? It's gonna be hard to just the white noise because you just got so many more cases to look at, right? There's just the white noise problem. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to investigate the genuine cases. Oh, by the way, there was a date rape drug rapist. There was a homosexual one, like he was drugging men and raping them. He was caught on CCTV camera doing it, breaking into homes after drugging them and raping them. Right? Okay. And do you know how the feminists reacted to that with joy and glee? They actually celebrated the rapes in social media. They thought, yes, men are getting raped now. That was their reaction to it. So,
which is just to say, they like the fact that men get raped. Period.
Yes, because they hate men.
Yes.
Everything feminists accuse men of doing is projection. Period.
Yes.
Yeah.
The accusations of men's violent tendencies, predatory tendencies, is just them confessing their own predatory violence tendencies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the feminists and far right belong in the same grouping. They're far right. Feminism far right, racist far right. And the left fails to call this out in contradiction to their philosophy shows you what hypocrites they are, and we have to replace the left.
Absolutely.
Period. Yeah. I think is there anything else we need to talk about?
I mean, the date rape scene, drug scene was in the Citizen Vigilante. So
yes,
they put in propaganda about men spiking women's drinks, and those were Caucasian men too. So
yes,
the right wing white European savior film demonizes European men too.
It's not even white European savior; it's white American savior.
Yes,
actually, it's an American immigrant, and it was seedy European men, which was the narrative taken. It was about seedy European men trafficking white women to billionaire Arabs as sex slaves, basically. Which is completely pointless. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and the citizen vigilante murders a whole family.
Oh yes, is that as well? Which is that's incitement to family murder. That's family killings is a rare form of serial killing. It's very, very deranged. Family annihilators, they're called. Family annihilators. That was a family annihilation murder.
Yes.
Right.
I've actually seen some right wingers even defending this scene. They were saying like, "Oh, but this one daughter, she like victim blamed this female rape victim on social media, and they want to basically saying she deserved the treatment from citizen vigilante, but this is deranged."
It's straw man as well. It's the straw man feminist argument. People don't victim blame. They deny the rapes happened. They're skeptical about them really happening. Right.
Yes.
That's the whole point.
No, I can tell you that scene. The family of the Muslim family was actually defending the rape by saying that the woman was dressed provocatively.
Yes.
So that's when he shot them.
That's straw manning, though. It's a straw man.
Yeah, it's a straw man because
people don't do that.
Yeah. No one defends rape like that. They don't defend rape at all.
Yeah. They either deny they deny it happened most of the time. So
yes. Yeah.
Even like let's say there's a family and they got family members who are rapists, right? They're gonna even if they did do it, they're probably gonna deny it happened because there's social stigma involved with rape, right? It's a defense mechanism. It's not rape is good. I cheer on rape. That's just bullshit.
Yes. It's like rape is the worst crime to exist in the eyes of society. If you're convicted,
rape of women.
Yes.
Rape of men is a joke. Actually, that's humour. It's seen as deserved. Actually,
it's an incredibly disgusting double standard. Yes, it proves people are disgusting for holding it.
Yes, that's misandry for you. Misandry is actually the worst form. Misandry is actually the worst form of hate crime. It's the most deranged form of hate crime. It's the most hateful. Actually, most of the worst crimes are committed due to misandry, in my opinion.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Have we covered everything now? I'm just
pretty much.
Yeah.
We want to leave the right wing culture war sphere in the dust. And just like we're the real voice for the culture, not these losers.
For men, yes. We're the real anti-feminist advocating for men.
Yes.
So, Midnight's Edge, you've exposed yourself as complete clowns by endorsing one of the worst film directors. And again, he was making movies for tax breaks. He was making slop. He was AI slop before AI was even a thing, right? Just complete trash, garbage movies. You're not serious film critics anymore. We can't take you seriously. You've damaged your own credibility. You're a joke, a laughing stock.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, so many of these influencers online have discredited themselves, also with pushing this 250,000 figure.
Yes.
Like Yellow Flash, Romanian TV, all of them, they're hopping on the...
Even Res Dead... Who's that geeky one who's being bullied, the anime one?
Chibi Reviews.
Yeah, Chibi Reviews, even he endorses that bullshit. He's such a moron. So he's a victim of false narratives and he promotes it himself. Like, there's something wrong with men that they go for this stuff. It seems to be like a brainless reflex.
Yes. My God. Like...
All right, I think we're done now.
We've said everything now. So
yeah,
let's put this up.
Yeah, thank you all. This is Pro Male Collective Podcast episode 3. Over and out.